Hi there, everybody. This is Jeremy Siskind. I'm the author of Jazz Piano Fundamentals and Playing Solo Jazz Piano. And today I want to talk with you about something that I'm working on. It's one of my biggest goals as a jazz pianist is to just be able to find chords faster. Sometimes I feel like I'm going for something, whether it's a voicing or maybe it's a melody harmonized with some chord tones underneath, and my hands just don't quite get to something clean and precise in time. And so I've developed a whole bunch of exercises to try to work on this. I'm in no way a finished product. In fact, I'm still working on all of these things, but I wanted to share them with you because I'm sure some of you are experiencing that same frustration. So these kind of go in quite a few different directions. But first, let's tackle. We'll start with diatonic triad. So let's see if this works. Cool. All right, so I'm going to be in the key of G major here. Actually, let's do something a little trickier. How about E flat? That's a good key that mixes a lot of black keys and a bunch of white keys. I'm sorry, you can see all my wire mess over here. That's very unprofessional. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to practice triad inversions. And I'm always doing this with a metronome because that's what's testing me, and I'm trying to push it faster and faster. So what I'm going to do, and I'll do this with both hands. I start at 109, that's just what the metronome's at right now, is every beat I'm gonna play a new inversion of an E flat major triad. So here we go. And then I'm gonna push it faster. I'll go 10 beats per minute faster. Let's go to 120, ready, and... that I'm doing to try to get myself faster is that I'm trying to get my fingers touching the keys for the next triad as quickly as possible. So what I really want to cut down on is the movement time. I don't want to be moving and playing the chord. I want to move and then play. I'm going to go to 130. It's 132 just because that's where it ended up. 2, ready, and... So you always really have to be thinking ahead. Go to 150 or so. Let's see. Ready, and... Let's try 170. Oh, there's a little flub in there. 200. Right hand's doing pretty good. The left hand's a little slow. Let's try just left hand. 2, ready, and... Yeah, going down, I'm hitting a lot of G flats instead of G naturals. That's kind of how I would practice this. And then try some 7th chord arpeggios. This makes it harder. Of course, you have 4 notes to find instead of 3. So if I start at 100, this is already going to be more challenging. And I'll keep going up. Is happening with her right hand on the way down with my pinky. Let me check it out. I did okay. I'll just do one more. I'm not going to bore you with too much watching me practice. Ready. I'm not quite making it. I'm going to focus up. I'm going to try one more time. Ready. Yeah, the left hand does not have it going down. So I'll either slow down or I'll try practicing hands separately. around there, right? Isolating the problem. Almost. Right? So this is how I would go about practicing it, and always trying to push it just to the point where I'm a little bit uncomfortable. Now, with these inversions, of course, this is just major 7th chord. You want to try with different chord types. But the two hands are not always going to be doing the same thing with inversion. So it's interesting to practice in a few different ways. For example, we could start with the left hand in root position, with the right hand in first inversion. Right? First inversion meaning that the third is on bottom. And so now your two hands are doing different things. So if I start back at a nicer tempo. Now my two hands are not doing the same thing. To what degree that matters or not, I'm not 100% sure, because the hands obviously, don't have the same shape. They have symmetrical shapes. So you're having to find different fingerings and everything anyway. But that at least makes it interesting. Or your left hand starts on F minor, while your right hand starts on E flat major. We can start them both in root position. So left hand will be F minor, right hand's E flat major. And now I'm going to go through the inversions. I'm going to have to go really nice and slow. 2, ready, and. That tempo up. It's kind of fun. Three and. Left hand didn't quite make it on the way up. It was pretty close, but it's not quite getting there, right? And of course, you could do that with 7th chords as well. Or you can make the chords go in contrary motion. We'll talk about this more. So, for example, I could start with E flat major triads, and then my left hand's going to go down. My right hand's going to go up. So, it could be something like that in the left. In the right. Of course, I always say practicing with a metronome is like playing tennis without a net, so always with the metronome. If you're anything like me, at that point your brain is on fire, because I'm thinking really hard about what both hands are supposed to be doing. It's not that my hands are doing anything difficult, but it's that my brain needs to know exactly where they're going. Or even, you could start with an F minor and a C, F minor and an E flat, and then have them go in opposite directions. Obviously with the metronome. Okay, so what have we talked about so far? Triads in inversions, 7th chords in inversions, and then starting your right hand and your left hand differently. You could even have your two hands doing totally different things. Have your right hand playing a scale. that's a really great exercise too. And if you think about it, it makes just about as much sense as practicing a scale two hands. What's your left hand have to do most of the time? It's got to find chords. So there I was doing inversions of the seventh chord, right? Okay, I am going to put a to be continued on this video, and we're going to talk about finding diatonic triads and seventh chords and practicing those in the next video. So stay tuned for the thrilling conclusion of this video. I know it's a real cliffhanger. Thanks for watching.